Today, our goal is I add fractions. So we started working with fractions last year, and we are going to continue this and take it deeper this year. So the first thing I want you to remind you of is that a fraction has a number and a bar and then another number. And our top number, because we are mathematicians, we call this our numerator. So the numerator is the number on the top part of the fraction. And the denominator is our bottom number. So we would say this number as 2/4. So we would say our numerator and then our denominator. So when we add fractions, it's very important that we think about our numerator and denominator. So our first problem is going to look like this. We're going to have 3/4 plus 1/4. Now, when we think about this, we have fourths. So we have our circle that is put into fourths, or our fraction bars, which we'll do next. And for the first one, our numerator is 3. So 3 out of our 4 pieces is what we have. And in our second one, our numerator is 1. So 1 out of the 4 pieces is what we have here. So if we add this together, we would color in the 3 from here, 1, 2, 3, and then add in our 1. And we end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 4/4. Or as some of you might realize, that equals 1 whole because the entire circle is colored in. So things you should notice: our denominator, our bottom number, stayed the same. We did not add 4 plus 4 and get 8 because our fractional pieces did not change. So our denominator stayed the same in this instance. And then we added our numerators. So as you go, it's super important to remember, if your denominators are the same number, they stay the same. And that's what we're dealing with right now. And then we just add our numerators. So we will do another example. This time we're going to use fraction bars. So let's say we had the problem 1/3 plus 1/3. So I'm going to use fraction bars, and sometimes it's good to just draw visuals for yourself. So on my first fraction bar, I have 1/3, and on my second fraction bar, I have 1/3. And I'm going to add these together. So when I create my final fraction bar, I have my 1/3 from here and my 1/3 from here. And that means that I have 2/3. So again, this equals 2/3. So things that you probably notice again, our denominator stayed the same. So we have 3 and 3, and that's just telling us how many pieces we have here. So we have 1/3 plus 1/3, and that equals 2/3. So the thing that we added was our numerator. So today, your job is going to be to practice adding fractions. This is something we did last year, but hey, we're just getting back from break. We are just easing into things, and we are just showing our basic understanding of fractions. So remember, even if numbers are stacked on top of each other, this one says 3/5 plus 2/5, my denominator is still the number on the bottom. So I would keep my denominator, and then I would do 3 plus 2, and 3 plus 2 is 5. And as we saw before, if my numerator and my denominator are the same, that equals 1. So it doesn't matter if they're horizontal or vertical. So you can have problems like 3/8 plus 4/8. And you can have problems like 6/7 plus 0/7. So they can be horizontal or they can be vertical, and we still do the same thing. So our denominator still stays the same, and our numerator, 3 plus 4, is 7. So that would be my answer. Here, my denominator is 7, so my denominator would stay the same, and then 6 plus 0 is 6. My answer would be 6/7. So today, as you go through, please just make sure that you pay close attention to your numerators and denominators, work hard, try your best, and show me what you remember. Good luck, scholars, and I look forward to seeing your work.